4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring 'em out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
Had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events.
Major show alert.
All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you.
Check it out.
You're now rocking with the best.
Here I am, goddammit. Here I am. Welcome to the Romello Marcellus Show. Once again, I am he is me. Greater is he that liveth in me than liveth in all of the world. If you're here tonight, man, I thank you. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here with me. As we go through this, man, there was some discussion last night that kind of opened up some things, man. Some very interesting conversation with some people, and I want to kind of do a spin-off on it tonight, keeping things in step in regards to how we deal with one another in relations, black men and women, because it's all about us. Some would beg to differ that let me just say this: we're all disrespected, right? But here's something I want to share, and I hope you feel where I'm going with it.
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. And as Muslims, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to respect our women and to protect our women. Then the only time a Muslim really gets real violent is when someone goes to molest his woman. We will kill you for our woman. I'm making it plain, yes. We will kill you for our woman. We believe that if the white man will do whatever is necessary to see that his woman gets respect and protection, then you and I will never be recognized as men until we stand up like men and place the same penalty over the head of anyone who puts his filthy hands out to put in the direction of our women. We respect them, but we want them to respect us. We think that the law should respect the Negro community. The law should protect the Negro community. The law should approach the Negro community with intelligence if it expects the Negro community to react intelligently.
Now, my position on that is that although it makes sense to this day, but how can we garner any respect when we don't respect ourselves? Which is going to bring me to the topic, because I'm not going to stall on it. I'm going to dive right into it. Ladies, this is for you. And I want you to be honest about this question that I'm asking. I'm posting it on Instagram first. Here we go, Facebook. That's the question. That is the topic this evening. I know some may say, well, wow, that's a deep one. But I'll say this. It needs to be asked. When we move around out here, a lot of times we have no concern about the individuals we encounter. and I say this between men and women. There's so many issues that have not been addressed as people, whether you are one who has had abandonment issues, one who was abused as a child, who has not had a mother or father figure to teach you the things you need to know about yourself and the way you should perpetuate your being in the world as you move about it. So the question tonight, ladies, do you believe a man would put his hands on you? And if so, why? And if not, why? And I'm saying this because you have a lot of people who, well, here's one. They always say that the tongue is sharper than a razor. You can punch a person in the face. They'll heal from that. But there's some things you can say to an individual that will cut so deep and it will never heal. That wound will continue to gush forever. If you have a man that's in your life or in your circle or in your space, and he is your number one fan, meaning your only fan, he's riding with you the whole 9 yards, do you believe you can cut him to the point where he'd snap? And I'm saying this because there's been instances in my life that I've known people who have endured atrocities, those things. But when you look at it, there's two sides to the story, two sides to the coin. Yesterday we were talking about being denied, or guys who can't handle rejection and their responses to you in public, whether they're disrespectful or try to put their hands on you, that kind of thing. Today we're going to talk about you in relations with individuals, and how do you respect them or how do you disrespect them, or are you always respectful? I was taught by my great grandmother to say, same as my mom and my sisters, they don't play. I was taught that a woman would never put herself in a position to be hit by a man. Okay. Now there's levels to that. As I always say, your genitalia doesn't make you a man or a woman, it's your character. So how much is too much? In lines to the disrespect that sometimes is given in a relationship when emotions fly. Let's say someone shared something with you in confidence, and vice versa. But they come back and they use that against you as a weapon. They weaponize the very thing that you shared with them in confidence about you and your inner being and the things that you deal with. How would you manage that? How do you manage that? I posed the question. I'm going to let it marinate. We got some people in the room. We got Pisces 1977's joined the room. Raheem Hassan 7739's in the room. Miss Bell 531 has joined the room. The Nail Picasso's in the room. Kimberly Sweets 23 is in the room. Keisha Love's in the room. Nico for Love is in the room. Welcome. Kenny Sway is in the room. Just to name a few. Welcome to the show. Let's see if a few more people join the conversation. If you like it, man, click on it, click the show. You go to YouTube, click the bell, subscribe, and you can get your notifications, man. And you don't have to worry about rushing. You just click on and listen. You don't even have to be too much involved in the conversation if you don't like. But if you do, man, share the platform with all of your friends and followers. Let's broaden this conversation because all of us need help, man. I don't have the answers. This is why I'm asking this tonight. So, once again, do you believe a man will put his hands on you? Do you believe that? That's my position. I'm taking tonight as a student. I'm looking to be taught. Do you believe that a man will put his hands on you? And if so, what do you think some of the triggers would be? Or is there anything that you could work on to stay away from that situation? But you have some people that are just broke in, rather, and they're gonna do what they're gonna do anyway. But we're talking about genuine, natural relations that can turn sour and go south easily. So I had a friend of mine, and she was in the industry some years back, and beautiful girl, but she had a way with words. She had a way with words. And I'm saying this to say this, that when they found her, she was maimed beyond recognition. She was stabbed in the face to the point where her face was mush. There was no defense wounds. There was no any other wounds on her body other than her face. So, to me, I don't consider that a crime of passion. I consider that beyond vain. Hold on, hurt people. Hold on, let me read. Hurt people hurt people. I have seen women use intimate conversations against their significant others to make him feel what she feels. That's a violation. Well, as women, you know daggone well, even if you got a dog, right? You guys' skin are a little tougher than ours when it comes to that department. You may even allow an infidelity, but you can't do that to a man. You'll fuck him up with the inclination that it happened. Period. You can go have many, but you only need one. Because understanding is when you choose somebody, you like that motherfucker. And you've made time and plans and arrangements to make that happen. So, as I said, the question tonight, if you're just joining, is do you believe a man would put his hands on you? We all got that understanding yesterday, just being out. If the guy didn't like what you said to him in return, he would smack the fire out of you. Ms. Bell 531 says, I used to be in an abusive relationship with my son's father. I was like a prisoner. I couldn't go anywhere. My girlfriends couldn't come over. He was jealous of you, or jealous of me. Where would that jealousy derive from? Can you say that was a pre-existing condition? Because most times, I mean, you have to look at the individual you're with. So, to say that, how did you get out of it? Or are you still dealing with it? Oh, you said pass. Okay. Used to be. So, how did you get out of that? Let me see if I can get you in. Because, you know, talking is much easier. The texting thing is just, you always thought I was cheating on him. What reason would you have to believe that? Or was he insecure? Sometimes guys are just broken. Just like you are. Sometimes, you know, ladies can be broken too. I don't put anything past anyone, but I would never disrespect the person I love or once loved in that way. The expectation would be that he would never put his hands on me, but if he did, gunshots, pow pow. Yeah, ladies are arming themselves nowadays. Fellas, I know y'all sitting out here listening. And they working out in the gym. So they got wind. They got gas. Some weeks ago, there was an incident where it was real messy. Individuals decided to put their business out on social media. I thought it was tacky because things that happen in our community, everybody knows about it. Other cultures don't do that shit. You handle it in-house. If you roll up on a man, had a conversation, get both sides of the story. You still want to smack the fuck out of him for putting his hands on it, then you do that. But at the same time, you don't put people in the midst of harm's way without the whole story being told. I didn't like that part, where you were trying to run someone out of somewhere, and you don't know what that chick did or what that chick said or what was actually done. So, yeah, if you're gonna tell a story, tell the whole damn story. Don't put people in a position where they can get themselves hurt behind your bullshit, especially if you fucking up. So, if you're just joining the show tonight, the conversation is a spinoff from last evening. So, the ladies, do you believe a man will put his hands on you, and if so, why? What is it about you that would drive a man to want to smack the fire out of you? Not that I condone that, because I don't. But there are times when you're not being a lady and you put yourself in that position where it's going to happen. 1 second. There were once laws that allowed for a husband to beat her. She is just as equally scorned by abuses verbally, physically, mentally as a man as far as a relationship is concerned. Well, yeah. There were laws that allowed men to just come home from work and beat the shit out of their wives. But that had nothing to do with us. Here's the thing. When it comes to laws being passed, trust me, we're not considered at all unless we're the recipients of the punitive situation, meaning the paying the damage in some way in a punitive nature, or we're going to lay down on somebody's chain gang. That's just a fact. Paul. That law wasn't passed for us. Professor Khalid just joined the room. Welcome, welcome. The topic tonight is, do you believe that a man would put his hands on you? This is for the ladies. But brothers, you can chime in. Because the same thing is, we're talking about triggers. Things that would trigger you to the point where you would want to shake the life out of somebody in your home or in your relationship. And when does it come to the point? Well, there's always precursors. When do you recognize that you need to have that conversation, or a conversation where you gain understanding of these things that are happening to you, or you have to remove yourself? Now, I can say that if there is someone who's all in, invested, and that goes for you, a woman too, you do the same thing. You want to scratch guys' eyes out if he's betraying you, or you feel like you've been betrayed in some way, shape, or form, or disrespected in some way, shape, or form. Burn him with some curlers, throw some grits on him, some shit like that. So, matter of fact, let's broaden the conversation. Do you believe your mate would put their hands on you? How's that? Let's change it up for the night. Do you believe that you have the ability to rival someone to the point where they want to put their hands on you, do something to you? Like piss on your toothbrush, or put something in your goddamn food, or sugar in your tank, or scratch a bitch inside of your car, or some shit like that. And if so, why? And what can we do to change or fix our broken selves? I hope not. Well, I hope not either. Let me see if I can get somebody on here, man, to see the conversation last night was, hang on, let me see who's on the road. Who can help me with this? Don't all speak at once, because honestly, I need help. Not that I need help, but I just want some understanding. I want differences of opinion. This is what makes this healthy conversation. On a lighter note, for all those who like the water, man, get at me. You want to go out and take a couple's cruise, or you want to have a private party on the water, get at me. Let me know. Take good care of you. If you're just joining the room tonight, the conversation is, do you believe we're going to take man out of there? Your significant other will put their hands on you. That goes both ways. Do you believe it? If so, what is it about you? A lot of times we concern ourselves with others and their problems, and we don't check ourselves. He said, I don't believe so, but given the right set of circumstances, we are all one situation away from snapping, which is so true. So true. So, yeah, how far are you willing to go with that? Because some people, well, here's what I hear. Here's what I hear a lot. This is from ladies. What you gonna do? I mean, not that I hear it directly, but I'm just saying, you mentioned precursors, things that excite triggers, something as simple as a violent reaction to being touched in their sleep. There is something that ignited the gasoline to be set off. Yeah, there's a lot of people out who have those quirks, PTSD, untreated underlying issues, pre-existing conditions that can set an individual off. And a lot of times it has nothing to do with you, or had nothing to do with you. But then there's times where, it could have something to do with you. It could be a thing that's being harbored. How open is your communication with the individual? And they become violent. Okay? Like you wake up out of your sleep and you want to punch somebody square in the face. I'm sure this happens to some people. How often, though? How often is it talked about or acknowledged? I'm moved to say that none of us are perfect. And yeah, I don't believe in putting my hands on women. But in my time, I have smacked the fuck out of a bitch. Let me put that out there. There's a difference. She put her hands on me first. And it was just the way I was raised. There's a story, man, that I'm going to share. Many moons ago, I bought someone a fur coat. And there were some things said and there were some things done. And here's what my great grandmother said. She said, baby, there's nothing wrong with you beating your clothes. So when the man shows up, you just tell him you were beating your coat and she just happened to be in it. I laughed at that thing. I laughed at it. But there is some legal truth and some legal ground there to defend yourself. It becomes circumstantial that she actually had that coat on that day, and I decided I wanted to beat my coat. I could just lay my coat on the ground and beat it, but she actually had it on. Never thought of it that way, but yeah, it's a defense. You still may catch some time and a whole bunch of shit behind it, but it's a defense. Don't get it twisted. No, I'm not that. I'm just talking because y'all ain't, or actually y'all are, but Kawabunga, SC joined the room. Welcome, welcome. So, if you just joined the room, once again, the topic was, do you believe a man will put his hands on you? That was the initial, but I broadened the topic because that sometimes goes both ways, because there are some men out here being abused too. Good guys, good-hearted, and they don't believe in things, what do they call them, passive-aggressive kind of folks. So, yeah, they won't bust a grape, so, and they take that whooping and them scratches and all that kind of stuff, and the verbal abuse. What do y'all believe? Y'all believe that you have the right to say what you want to say, unchecked? It's just whatever. I said it, so what? You don't think you can fracture someone's trust or someone's confidence by the things you say? Let's make it clear. If you can cut an individual emotionally by the things you say, you must know this. They think highly of you. You may be in different stations of your life or positions of your life. Trust and believe. Someone that doesn't give a shit about you, you can say what you want about them and it won't faze them one iota. It only phases those who care about you or love you or have those kind of emotions towards you. Now, whether they're able to express those things properly and govern their feelings or emotions or their actions, that remains to be seen. You know, so we got to be mindful of who we have around us or who we are engaging with, meaning who we take into our spaces or our, when I say spaces, meaning into our hearts and our minds, to allow those people's opinions to matter to us. Okay? No greater opinion in the world is the opinion you have for yourself. If you lack the opinion and the respect for yourself, you'll allow anything to happen to you. You'll do and say anything to anyone else without regards for yourself, the welfare, the well-being for yourself and those around you. So, with that said, I mean, I'm a firm believer that you are in control of all things around you. It is your universe. We collide into one another, just like asteroids and protons and, you know, I sound all Elroy Jetson and shit, but you know what I mean. Sometimes we have to crash into each other. We're just to have that stimulus. So, yeah, with that said and done, if you just joined the room, the topic tonight is, do you believe that a man would put his hands on you? But the revision is, do you believe your significant other would put their hands on you, man or woman? So, yeah. Welcome. T-Lo P1818 just joined the room. I can't get my wet people to jump on. I guess it's still early. They'll be on in a minute. We'll get it in. It'll get as crunk as it was last season. Ha. If you're just joining, you see the topic below. Justin Wilson, 7, to join the room. Welcome. I just wanted to welcome you in, man. We had a good conversation last night. A lot of talk today about it. The topic is this, basically whether or not it's a spinoff of that, where strangers become those you bed with, and how instrumental an individual you trust with your emotions can be with pushing your buttons or pushing buttons on each other. Yeah. Some people may say, well, it's just like wearing clothes. Ladies, you can wear what you want, but you better not say anything to me. You better not touch me. Right. How far does that go? Especially in this day and age. First, they're going to try you. You set it out, they're going to try you. At some point in time. Yeah. Are we up now? Are we moving? Can you see me? Video pause. Okay, do we see each other now? Are we up? Are we running? Are we up? Are we running? Seems like some people don't know what I'm talking about, so yeah. Let me go out and come back in. Anyway, we're still here. I'm just trying to load up the Instagram side. We kind of had a pause there, so yeah. Just know that. Okay, yeah, we're back. We're back. If you're just joining the show, once again, the topic is: do you believe a man will put his hands on you? But I broadened the topic because we're all here. It is whether your significant other would put their hands on you. Okay, that is the discussion. So, yeah. All right, we're back. Let's let everybody get back in, and then we'll start it up. We'll crank it right back up. You like my music? I do. I don't give a damn whether you do or not. I do. It relaxes me, calms me, helps me think. Somebody asked me, well, is this easy? Hell no, it's not easy. Talking to y'all, inciting riots in the mind, to explore yourself, to explore those around you, to see how you can be better. Not easy at all. I'm basically sitting here having a conversation with myself with here and there injections of thought from you guys through your texts and comments. And sometimes I get you on, and we can have a in-depth conversation about the topics we're discussing on the particular day. So, yeah. And then maintaining an energy, especially in a topic like this, because I'm sure you're sitting there and you want to say something, but you just don't have the heart. It's all right. Welcome to the show. What's your position on believing whether or not your significant other would put their hands on you or vice versa? And if so, what could potentially be those triggers? Because you look at it nowadays where there's so much venom in the tongue, and that goes both ways, where people can be driven based on the investment that they've made in you. And as I stated a little earlier, if someone's driven or touched to do that, they must really have vested feelings or emotions in you and stocking what you're saying. So, with that said and done, do you believe that a man will put his hands on you? Or you would put your hands on a man? perfect storm, what is that?
I
Enlighten.
mean, I think all respect would have had gone out the window at that point for me to say something or physically harm someone. Yeah, at that point, I don't care about anybody's life. My life, your life, nobody's life. For me to put my hands on someone, or even to just speak to my significant other in a disrespectful manner. That's just not how I'm cut. Just because I'm feeling some type of way. I believe in fighting fair or arguing fair. Things that are shared in an intimate setting, whether it's past traumas or what a person feels. I don't think that you play that against them because it can trigger a person, and you never know what it would take for a person to cross that line specifically want to do something to you. And so I'm always mindful of those things as I have seen so much growing up. My mom's sister with her husband in front of us.
Ooh.
So that was a thing. I saw this woman pour boiling water on this man. Because he felt disrespected in one instance. In the other instance, he was physically coming at her. And so she pulled out her gun and commenced to whipping that ass. I think you have to be mindful of who you're with too. I don't believe that everyone who has put hands on their significant other necessarily has that in their background. But I do believe that, that you can create that storm, that perfect set of circumstances that would make you want to put hands on someone or make someone want to put hands on you. Just how far across that line are you willing to tap in, and are you prepared for what may come from that?
Yeah. Well, I believe that once you open that gate, sometimes you got to be willing to go the distance because, if there's any blowback, as someone said to me, it's easier to be the case than to resurrect the body.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
Yeah, those are those things. Things that are shared, like I said, intimately between the two people in the relationship. I don't think those are things that you should ever use against one another.
Right.
You should hold those things very sacred. And, the golden rule, treat people how you want to be treated. I don't believe any man or woman wants to be disrespected and have things thrown in their face. Especially their love or their feelings when it's already, especially as Black people, it's so difficult for us to be vulnerable. To find someone willing to go there with you, you definitely don't want to violate in that way.
Right.
For me, there's no coming back from that. If I share something with my mate in confidence and we get into an argument and that stuff is being used against me, I don't know how you come back from that. Because you've already shown me that depending on how you feel, you're willing to try and make me feel that much worse than what you feel.
Right.
That's a no-go for me.
Usually what I feel about it is that if an individual is willing to regurgitate something I shared with them, they've already shared it with someone else. So the trust is broken. If I'm telling you something and I'm sharing it from my heart and it's about me, I thought enough of you to share it with you. So if you spit it back to me, and goddamn it, you've already had conversations with other folks about me. So on my way out, I just want to make sure you spell my name right before I fuck you up.
Hopefully in a setting where it's already tense. Especially in those type of settings. Yeah, but I've had, I know, people on both sides of the fence, men and females, or men and women, men and females, who do want to go there just because they feel in that type of way. And like I said, once you put that stuff out into the world, atmosphere, you can't take it back.
No, you can't.
So, all that cussing each other out, I try not to go there, calling people out their names, and things that I may want to apologize for. Look at the person the same.
It does tarnish the image. Especially if it's somebody you hold or you held in esteem, in a high esteem, and they do that to you. It kind of makes them common to you. So, yeah, I'm not perfect. I've made those mistakes in the past. And yeah, I understand how the relationship ended and that kind of thing because now you become common. You always want to hold your self-esteem as well as the individuals that you're with because you made that choice. I think that the worst feeling is to that you for yourself, for someone to backfire on you, is that you question your own judgment. That I thought that this was this individual for me and vice versa, but it's not, and they weren't. And I've invested so much, so where do I come back? But I'm speaking from a man's position. Women, ladies, please understand this. We as men, we're complex in our own way as hunters, okay? If we chose you, we feel that we've chosen the best that we can have. So your opinion matters beyond imagine. Anything you can imagine when it comes to anybody else in the world. So if you disapprove, that fucks with us. That fucks with us deeply. If we truly care. If we don't care, then yeah, okay, whatever. Roll off my back, moving right along. There's no adjustment that needs to be made. But if motherfuckers share with you where they were in life, hey, I was homeless at one time. I was this. I was on fries at McDonald's, or I was a drug addict at one point in time. I was a robber. I was whatever. And the distance between then and the present is still vast, but there's so much work that still needs to be done. And let's just say you were a part of the support to make that dream a reality for the betterment of both of you, your life, and you turn around and turn coattail and say, you ain't nothing but a fucking fry guy anyway. Think that would affect him? That would crush him. That would crush him. So I'm just saying that in regards to verbiage, you ladies are a lot sharper than we are. Shit comes natural. We utter shit like ogres. We like Shrek. Or we say it and with a whole bunch of growling. But there's not many times we can say, well, we've been exacting with the switchblade, with the razor blade. All right. So.
I've even lost friendships that way.
Yeah.
Because the things that get said in a heated moment, and you do it once, you do it a million times.
Yeah, that's true.
You know where you stand with the person.
That's true. Well, I thank you for your time. I thank you. I thank you for coming in and sharing your thoughts and your opinions and enlightening us. Thank you. If you're just joining the room of the show, the topic is, well, the first topic as a sub. Do you believe a man will put his hands on you, ladies? But I also did an addendum or amendment to the topic. Would you believe your significant other would put hands on you? Hands does not necessarily mean the physical aspect of putting hands on. It could be the verbal aspect, the verbal beating, the lip lashing, the tongue lashing, in ways that could cut you deeper than a fist. That could be irreparable to you going forward in your life. Because usually the only individuals that really know where you come from or how far you've gotten is the one you laying on the pillow talking to. Okay? And those are the individuals that have all the secrets, that have all of the stories, the depressions, the bouts with this or that with you. So, how strong are you? I'm going to post this correctly on Instagram. Bear with me. Okay. And there it is. Do you believe your significant other will put their hands on you? And I'm not just speaking physically. Verbally. Would they attack your emotions? Would they attack your spirit, man? Would they break your confidence down? Can I speak freely? Well, hell yeah, I can. It's my platform. I've talked to a lot of brothers, man, and I'm gonna tell you something. This is what's really prevalent when it comes to relationships with black men. Someone asked the question, okay, why do successful black men date outside of their races? You know why? Because while this brother was building his shit, he was catching hell from the black woman he was dealing with at the time. Why the fuck you working so hard? You fucking somebody. Why you doing this? Why you over there? Why you get that? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? Building something. You know? You got to recognize that you and that individual have a secret society. It's y'all's situation. Either you're going to become a mason and lay some bricks to help build that situation, i.e. helpmate, to help that man to be in a better position to take care of you, helpmate, or you are in the way. And now you have an individual who has potential or the propensity to be great looking at the front door, which is not cool. Not cool for you, that is. So that's one situation. But then you have those who come along and they do work hard in their situations, but they have underlying issues where they might not like themselves too much, and they're looking for validation elsewhere. Fact. But women, if you got one that's coming home to you or making time for you or opening up to you, I know you know that you're in the driver's seat. And you can either make that brother or you can make that brother destroy himself and you. Question is how secure you are. Because a lot of times you might say you're secure, but you're not. And I'm just going on the actions. Paramount Properties is in the room. And ATL, if you need to go down there, man, reach out to these people. Anything you need down there, they're going to take care of you. Whether it's a weekly rental or if you're looking to purchase house, raw land, commercial, whatever it is, reach out to Paramount Properties. All right? Yeah. Xavier Rodriguez is in the room. Welcome, welcome. MZMS 08 is joining the room. Welcome. We're just having a stimulating, unadulterated conversation. All right? Which is open to everybody. If you got a thought, man, you're welcome to spend it here with us tonight. All right? Just joining the room. The topic, once again, is do you believe your man would put his hands on you? The subtopic is, do you believe your significant other would put their hands on you? And vice versa. And we're not just talking about the physical. We're talking about emotionally, spiritually, things with the tongue, using things that you've shared in confidence against you as a weapon against you to hurt you. The further question is, how strong are you? How confident are you in yourself that you would allow someone to do that, or you put yourself in a position to do that? How much of a sacrifice have you made to be involved in those relations, or that relationship? The question. Yeah. It's real. It's real out here. It's real out here. You got people who've been married 30, 40 years, wake up and blow each other's brains out. And no one has any clue why or what the frick they were dealing with for the last 15 of that. You know? You can go bed loving someone and wake up, I hate you. I hate the air you, I hate that you breathe my air, not the air you breathe. Listen to me. Someone can say to you, hey, look, you breathe because I allow you to. And we might take it as a joke or an insult. Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? Ooh. But in all actuality, man, the control that you believe you have, you actually don't. We think we do. You know how many people who have gone away from here by random strangers or random emotions in the legal system, right? They say when you come into the courtroom, you might get off depending on the judge got some the night before, he or she. But if she's beefing or he's beefing, you can kiss your hind parts goodbye. Do you think that's the same way in every life as you move about? Let's say you're driving down the highway, you flip somebody off, you give them the bird, fuck you, you cut me off, you son of a... The person will say, all right, I'm gonna lag back, follow you off the exit to your place of employment. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, and this joker jumps out and beats your ass beyond recognition. And in your mind, while it's happening to you, you're like, me flipping you the bird didn't warrant this type of a whooping. When in all actuality, this joker just came home and found out his wife moved out, took the dog, everything, and left him the goldfish on the counter and said, fuck you, and don't care whether you divorce me or not, I'm running off with the mailman. But you caught that. Hang on. That would be a selfish act to wake up and be over someone as a woman. It's a progression of multiple issues. You know, I was always taught that a woman can shut her emotions off like a light. And that is when it gets to that point, just as stated here, the multiple issues. But once that fucking light goes off, it's off. You could build the whole house, but you're not going to get that switch to come back on. But here's the thing. A man switch, or his fuse, is like a hairline trigger. It'll go just like that, based on a few things. Doesn't have to be a build-up of things. One of the greatest things you can do to a man or not do to a man is play with the respect of that man that you're with. Not emotions, but access. I get it. So that means that you can cut access off and still be across town hurting, wanting to be with that man, but I just can't because I got to move on, and that's that. Is that safe to say? It's scary to me. It's scary. It's scary to be in relationships. It's scary to bare yourself to someone else. That means that I've given you my heart. I've given you my mind, my time, my everything. I'm willing to sacrifice my person. And everyone has a persona that you're sacrificing to be with an individual. Okay? Yeah. Shane. Mallory Carver's in the room. Welcome. Welcome, North Carolina. Shout out. The topic of the night is, do you believe a man will put his hands on you? The subtopic and the amendment to that topic is, do you believe your significant other would put their hands on you? And we're not just talking about the physical aspect of things. We're talking about the spiritual and the emotional aspect of relationships. And if so, why? Why would you be pushed to the brink of wanting to exact emotional damage, mental damage to your significant other, as well as physical damage? We all know the cheating thing. If I caught you cheating, I'm gonna cut your ass up. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna do something to you. You know, that's the emotion. But let's just say you're having a difficult time in your life and you fucking up. You know, you're not responsive. You're not pleasing your guy, or you're pleasing your woman. You're not making love to one another. You're not spending the time with each other because, hey, you're chasing whatever it is you're chasing at that moment, that point in time in your life. And the individuals feel like they've lost you to someone else or something else. They're not sure. Those things, because they can't hold your attention, can put them in a tailspin to say, well, damn, I'm not worthy enough. I'm not strong enough. You know, what is it this individual is looking for? What is it this man wants? What is it this woman wants? XX Big Homie just joined the room. Welcome, welcome. So that's the question. You've experienced it all, or you've experienced all of it, huh? It's a hard thing, man, being in relationships, but you know, you got to take that dive into recognizing what people's emotions reflect, you know, or could potentially reflect. And I'm saying this in the treatment of individuals as you would have them treat you. You know, no one wants to be lied to. No one wants to be abused. No one wants to be used. No one wants to feel they deceived. Honesty saves so much time, even though it hurts. At the end of the day, you got to recognize in the healing, as long as you're honest, the individual that you're honest with will respect you. They have no choice because you were honest with them. That goes a long way to say that you thought enough of me to be honest with me, regardless of the initial reaction. Sure, it's going to be shocking. Let's say you can wake up tomorrow, you know, I don't want to fuck with you no more. I want to see somebody else. Shit, yeah, you fucked up by that. I know I would be. I got to question everything about me at that point. Damn, what the fuck did I do wrong? What didn't I do? Was I spending enough time? Was I fucking all right? Did I make enough money? Was I making provision? What didn't I do? You know? And that goes both ways. Think about it. Your man wake up tomorrow and say, hey, look, I'm out. I ain't coming home. I'm going elsewhere. You know, I got a new home. In your mind, you already got it. You know, it's common sense that was prearranged, or it was established over a period of time that this was going on. So, you know, these are those darts that are thrown. You don't, it's, well, you can do what you want to do, but it's bad business to have an individual piece your puzzle together when you are in control of it. You conceived it. the thought, the notion that you wanted to do something else, or you were displeased in your situation. You know, we're always, if you're in a relationship, I'm in a relationship, I'm not going to always be happy. You're not going to always be happy with each other. You have those days where you want to pull your fucking hair out and throw the shit in the floor and pack up and roll out. The greater aspect of that is when you weather that, when you're able to sit back and say, you know what? What are the attributes in this individual? Why did I fall in love with this person? Why did I let them in my space or in my life? And if those still outweigh those bullshit desires or those or the bad, then it's worth you just shutting the fuck up, taking a few breaths, clearing the mechanism, and re-engaging. Hang on. Someone said, I had someone that didn't like what I was wearing on a rainy day to work. He didn't like me using the house phone. He didn't like my existence. I mean, he was just abusive all the way around. He never had a valid reason. I wasn't cheating. I was young. His actions were reflecting dishonesty, not mine. Okay. Well, can you factor in the fact that he may not just? Let me put it this way. Here's a reverse in low self-esteem. Let's say he landed you, he booked you, he bagged you, whatever you want to fucking call it. He's still in his mind and damn, how did I do this? So because he can't believe it, he may want to try and control your movements, your friends, your thoughts, your that. The only individual that would try to take you from your power base is if he was pimping. And I'm going to tell you, sweetheart, that shit is so separate. It ain't going to take a long time for you to figure that shit out, whether he's trying to turn your ass out or not. And if so, if you stay, you're going on the blade and you're going to go get some money. But if he's an L7 and you're going through those motions, you recognize you have someone who has low self-esteem. Don't let his stature or his station put you in a mind spin where you're thinking that, oh, well, he has this and so on, but this is this and this is this. He's insecure as a motherfucker. And that's a decision you need to make whether you want to continue to deal with that or not. Okay? So, if you're just joining the conversation, the topic tonight, once again, is do you believe your man will put his hands on you? Subtopic, do you believe your significant other will put their hands on you? We're not just talking physical, we're talking about mentally, spiritually, verbally, and all other things. Can you see me? If you can see me and hear me, let me get a thumbs up. Let me know if you can see me and hear me clearly. My self-esteem also was a mess, and I accepted what I saw as a child. That experience shaped me. Okay, so I guess you got that shit together now, right? I'm honestly like this, man. You gotta trust in what you believe. If you believe in someone, there's never going to be a time where the person exceeds your expectations without guidance. Let me put it that way. Meaning they're willing to fulfill something that you ask for. Okay? The expectations of individuals is what usually get us trapped up and caught up in the things that we thought it was, and it wasn't. Okay? So when dealing with an individual, the honesty that saves so much time is you. Know what it is you're there for. Act in that manner, being respectfully and acting accordingly. And you won't have those situations where you're willing to put pause on each other. If you're just joining the room tonight, the initial topic was, do you believe a man will put his hands on you? This Well, I'm tired. Bye.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen. and this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show, the fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring 'em out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest balls from business, entertainment, love, and life,
Had to find my inner power.
to fashion, etiquette, and current events.
Major show alert.
All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you.
Check it out.
You're now rocking with the best.